Okay, so we're going to review greetings. So last week we were talking about, or last class, we were talking about greetings. What do you say when you first meet somebody? What do you say when you run into somebody? So we have hola, obviously. And my comment on that is it's not hola, 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 o. Remember the o in Spanish is like this, o. Okay, hola. And then to ask somebody what their name is, you can say, ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? And this means literally, how do you call yourself? Llamar is the verb to call. Just like on the phone, if you say you're going to call somebody, yo voy a llamar. Okay? I'm going to call. ¿Cómo te llamas? How do you call yourself? And then we had, ¿cuál es tu nombre? ¿Cuál es tu nombre? What is your name? Okay? ¿Cuál es tu nombre? ¿Cuál literally means which. Which is your name? ¿Cuál es tu nombre? Okay, nombre means name, like nomenclature. It's not number. And I know a lot of students have gotten confused because it looks kind of like it would be a cognate for a number, but it means name. ¿Cuál es tu nombre? Ojo con eso. Be careful with this because I have seen students, many students say, instead of saying my name is, they think that me llamo means my name is, but it doesn't. It means I call myself. And so they'll say me llamo es. That means I call myself es. Maybe if that's your name, that works. Hi, I'm es. But otherwise, me llamo es means I call myself es. If you're trying to say my name is, mi nombre es. Mi nombre es. Mi nombre es Nora. Okay? So we have hola, ¿cómo te llamas? ¿Cuál es tu nombre? And then you respond, me llamo o mi nombre es. Okay? Me llamo Nora, mi nombre es Nora. I also talked about the fact that in a lot of Latin American countries, we use usted. Usted. Not usted. 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 Okay? So that would sound like this. ¿Cómo se llama? ¿Cómo se llama? ¿Cómo se llama usted? And if you're thinking, is it ¿cómo se llama for he, she, or AJ, which is a gender non-binary term, then you're right. 100%. It is. It can also be how are they called? How is he called? How is she called? It's a little confusing. That's because the usted form is the same conjugation as a ella, AJ. Okay? So that looks like, so ¿cómo se llama? And then we had ¿cuál es tu nombre? It would be ¿cuál es su nombre? And yes, su also means his or her. Okay? ¿Cuál es su in terms of usted? What is usted? Usted is a way to say you, but formally. In Latin America, you hear it even between peers, even between people who've known each other for a long time. And sometimes you'll even hear people change back and forth between using tú, especially in really common expressions like ¿cómo estás? And then change to using usted. Okay, so we have hola, ¿cómo estás? Hola, ¿cómo te llamas? ¿Cuál es tu nombre? Hola, ¿cómo se llama? ¿Cuál es su nombre? Using usted. All meaning hi, what's your name? Then you can say, wow, it's really nice to meet you. Mucho gusto. It was a pleasure. Un placer. Mucho gusto. Un placer. Okay? And then we went on to talk about, okay, now you've met somebody and you run into them. So how do you ask them how they're doing? So you have ¿cómo estás? And you have ¿cómo está? ¿Cómo estás being the tú form and ¿cómo está being the usted form. And we talked about a couple ways to reply. Mostly, just like in English, you'll hear estoy bien, gracias. In English, we say I'm good, thanks, but what's technically the right answer? I'm well, thanks. This comes in handy later when we hear words like bienestar, which means well-being, or when we're trying to modify a noun, then we need to understand the difference between bien and bueno. Okay? So bien means well. How are you? I'm well. I'm well. Or you could say estoy mal. Estoy bien, estoy mal. Estoy más o menos. En Spanish, así. Estoy bien, estoy mal, estoy más o menos. You could also use estoy mal. Somebody asked me once if they said it for when someone's sick. Yeah, absolutely. I've used that. Estoy mal. Like if you don't want to necessarily go into detail, like estoy mal. Like I don't know, my head's hurting. I don't know. Usually it's kind of like when I don't know exactly what's going on with me, or it's a couple things going on with me. My hair is stuck in my glasses. Okay, so estoy mal, estoy bien, estoy mal, estoy más o menos. What else? Oh yeah, estoy nervioso. I'm nervous. Estoy nerviosa. Estoy cansada. I'm sleepy. I'm tired. Estoy cansada. We also have tengo hambre, tengo sed, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, right? And we talked about estoy feliz, estoy contento, right? Okay, those were most of the options that we went through. So if you have any questions, let me know. Now remember, there are two forms to say you, tú, and usted. And then they make the questions different, right? Like como te llamas versus como se llama, the conjugations are different. ¿Cómo estás tú? ¿Cómo está usted? Another thing, we do not have to include subjects when we speak in Spanish. So you don't have to include tú. You don't have to include usted. It would be really weird if we did this in English. How are? It doesn't happen, right? But in Spanish, you can do that. ¿Cómo estás? You don't have to say, ¿Cómo estás tú? But you can. You absolutely can. ¿Cómo está usted? Okay, so hopefully this helps. Shortish video on greetings. Que les vaya muy bien.